What's up, everybody? Welcome to Lakeland, Florida. Right now we are in the area of Mulberry. I am Jose.
And I'm Katie.
Welcome to the Lakeland area. We're going to be driving clear through Lakeland. We're going to start on the south side of the city, head north, and drive clear through the city. It's 4:30, so there's a lot of traffic congestion in the Tampa metro area, in Orlando as well. But from the angle that we're entering, it shouldn't be too bad. We'll find out. We are in the southern tip of Lakeland now, coming in through a little town called Mulberry. Katie, tell them where we ate and what you thought about it.
I ate at Old Tampa Cubans. I thought it was awesome. They had sweet tea, the good Florida sweet tea.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
They also had a Cuban sandwich, the Tampa Cuban sandwich.
That was amazing.
And they also had paparita.
What is a paparita, Katie?
It is like a fried stuffed potato ball.
Cuban stuffed potato.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's a fried potato ball with ground meat inside.
Mm-hmm.
A traditional Cuban meal that my family used to sell in Cuba. We used to make it.
I want to try making it again.
Yeah, we actually have a really good recipe for it, like in a top secret recipe. There's actually a special way of making it to get it right. You have to mix potato with yuca. Really, so the key is to mix them both.
I think if we did it together, we could do it.
That place inspired me to want to start my own sandwich shop in Tampa, in Sarasota.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere like in Lakeland Ranch, a Cuban sandwich shop.
Mm-hmm. You could have pan con bistec.
I think a Cuban sandwich shop in Fort Myers would be very successful.
Mm-hmm. You gotta have the pan con bistec.
Okay, so explain to people what a pan con bistec is, Katie.
It's a steak sandwich with mayonnaise, lettuce, tomato, and little potato sticks. It's really good.
Cuban cuisine.
Yes.
Yeah, the Tampa area is known for having quite the Cuban sandwich scene going on. There's food trucks and restaurants from the eastern tip of the metropolitan area where we are now, all the way into the Spring Hill area. It's just a huge Tampa thing. Tampa's really big on Cuban sandwiches. Possibly dating all the way back to the ages of Ybor City, where in the 1800s or something, when the Cubans and Italians got together.
I wasn't wrong. Wow. I was thinking that looked like a Taco Bell and something else, but the something else went out. So now it's just a Taco Bell.
Just that Taco Bell down there. You don't need more than that. So Lakeland is a city that a lot of people move to. In part to some YouTube realtors, and they did put some warehouses out here for work and stuff.
I would say this is the most transient place in Florida.
Quite possibly. And you know, it is more affordable than Tampa. But let me tell you, there doesn't seem to be the greatest jobs out here. Look at these new apartments right here.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm. New apartments. And they're on the south side.
Mm-hmm.
Easy access in and out of the city.
And you know, it's a very growing area. It has grown. It has like 112,000 people now.
I'm still not thrilled by the notion of living here. Too many people that live here
Yeah.
commute to Tampa or Orlando.
Yeah.
Well, Tampa's so expensive. Dale,
And they don't
mijo.
know anything about
Te
this
come
area.
basura, mijo.
Most people who live here don't know anything about it because they're never here.
They're not. They're transient. They live here, but they work in Tampa or Orlando, and they're only here for the affordability. That's not really a good combination for a town.
No.
When the people that live in your town don't really have any connection to the place,
Mm-hmm.
not good. And I've heard also that it's very cliquish too, like for the people that live here.
Mm-hmm.
So not quite the best
No.
social ambiance here.
No. It really isn't. I got demographics for here.
Get that graphic down there.
Yeah, we got 67% W.
All
We got close to 20% B.
Okay.
Got 2% A.
Okay.
And we have 16.9% H.
La familia es la familia. Overall, I don't think it's a great place. I know a lot of people get mad at me. Like, Lakeland hates me because every time I've come here, I've never had anything great to say about this place. I've never had anything horrendous to say about it either. But they just want me to say that it's a beautiful lake-infested city. And I'm like...
A lake-infested?
Lake-infested city. And I'm like, dude, I don't... Okay, how about this? I got my fishing pole in the back, and I just got my fishing license. Maybe we can find one of the lakes, and I can... One cast only. And if I catch one fish on my first cast, I can catch a fish, it's a good city. If I can't catch a fish, it's a piece of crap city. One cast, that's all I get. I promise I'll only cast once, Katie.
Yeah, I don't believe you, but okay.
No, I'm serious. They want to brag about being a lake-infested city.
Well, look at that lake that I fished out once, and then I won a fishing contest.
It was me versus you. That's not really a fishing contest. It's more of a... And yes, you did beat me at a fishing contest. Not sure how the crap you, with your limited effort and skill...
I use worms, and I don't move it.
You've actually beat me twice in fishing contests. White Bronco, that's always good for a white woman.
Yeah, like, he doesn't want me to use worms, but then I like using worms.
You've outfished me twice, big deal. Big deal. You did.
I'm always trying to
Remember
get
when
worms.
we went fishing?
He's trying to get me to use artificials and whatever he uses. I'm like, no, I want some worms or some shrimps.
Shrimps?
Yeah.
You want some shrimps? Where do you pick up this hick accent from, by the way? You don't even say shrimp. You said shrimps. Hey, we're gonna go fishing with some shrimps later. Two diesel trucks right next to each other.
Color of that bank is making me feel comfortable.
Like you should invest there?
Yeah.
It's like they study what makes white women feel comfortable. This
But
color,
that Starbucks is turning me off.
look at this bus. Makes me want
I do not like
this bus makes me want to
yellow.
get poison ivy. The color of that bus makes me want to get poison ivy. Like, I feel poison ivy relief after seeing that bus. Ah!
It looks like a bottle, like someone dumped calamine lotion all over it.
Oh man, that bus gave me poison ivy relief, man. There's an Aldi's right there. Why do they build does Aldi's know their
They're
setbacks?
like the tiniest grocery
They don't
store,
res-
and
why
I
is there-
hate it. It's like shopping at a Walgreens grocery store.
Go Magna on the road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that it makes me very angry.
Imagine having somebody talk over you all the time.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be aggravating?
I hate going to Aldi. It's like going into a Walgreens
Have you noticed like how they don't respect
for groceries.
Don't talk over me, boy.
You do it to me
Since
all the
time indefinite, women have been talking over the next person to assert themselves in a conversation. That's all going to end when my strong pimp hand launches towards you.
See, mine went fast.
I sneezed! Ah! Alright, sneeze again. Ah!
You okay?
I sneezed. Loudly. Ah! What are you laughing at? Is there a napkin in here? What are you laughing at? Like, I'm gonna lose my crown. I just had a crown. I'm gonna like spit it out when I sneeze that loud.
I don't think that's how it works, but okay. You creeped people out.
By screaming? They're used to that here. That's like normal. That's like
yeah, it's like Florida Olympics
that's
out here.
yeah, that's like a normal day out here with these people. That's somebody screaming their head off in traffic while sneezing. It's not gonna impress these people. They've seen worse. Lakeland, Florida knows how to party. Bye.
They just live here.
Yeah, it's a commuter city. You get that?
Yeah. The green in the Panera comforts me as well. I don't know what's wrong with that Dairy Queen.
That could be a song. I don't know what's wrong with that Dairy Queen. Could be a song. Then you know people in Tibet listen to country music?
Not surprised. I mean, it's good songs. Ooh, a buffalo!
Yeah, buffalo. That's like a name. I feel like I'm in California. Doesn't this just look like California?
Yes, it feels very wide. I like it.
What's up with all these diesel trucks everywhere? I gotta sneeze again.
That's the nicest probation officer I've ever seen.
I gotta sneeze again. Cactus what?
Cactus rose.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
I feel like I'm in California.
I don't know.
Do you have a napkin or a t-shirt or something in here?
No, unless you want to use my shirt.
No, that's rude. Thanks for offering it, man, but I'm a jerk, but I have a napkin in here or something. Why do I feel like I'm in California? This looks like California.
There's a shirt in the trunk.
Oh yeah, the one I used for washing the car.
Yeah.
There's like no napkins or nothing in here. California knows how to party in the city of Lakeland, California. This would be a great place for a homeless person to live.
Plaza Mexico.
Yeah.
Is there a K in the Mexico?
That's not how you spell Mexico. Yes, they spelled Mexico with a K. Bless their hearts, they don't know any better. Either that or I'm blind.
Yeah, I think if I go to the Texas Roadhouse, at least it's spelled correctly.
What do you know about spelling things correctly, Katie?
You asked me how to spell everything.
How do you spell correct?
Correct.
ECT? ACT? Hey, say crack my finger.
No,
Say crack my fingers backwards.
I can't say that on YouTube.
Say crack my finger backwards.
You can't,
Ah!
you can't say that backwards on YouTube.
Yes, you can. Watch. Yum. Beef. There, I said it. Wide tire bicycle. I want to get one of those things. Lakeland, Florida knows how to party. Look at that donut down there. It looks like a random Florida town. It doesn't look like anything special's going on here.
No.
Just a freaking simple-minded Florida town.
Fat Jacks.
Fat Jack.
Yeah.
Got that Fat Jack down there.
It is a sandwich shop. They are famous for their Reubens.
Reubens and Cubans.
And there's also a dog bakery in there.
Oh, snap, we found the quarter. White Bronco. What's with all the white Broncos? What are they doing to the white woman out here? Is that a sob?
Southgate Plaza.
Oh, yeah, that looks pretty, that looks pretty cool, man. I haven't even seen that thing.
They got a
It's right
pub.
next to a Publix. Isn't the first Publix ever in Lakeland?
Mm-hmm.
Could that be it?
Wow.
Where's the first? Look it up. First oldest Publix ever. I think that might be it. The first Publix ever was in Lakeland, I think. Or Atlanta? Can't remember.
Lakeland.
Really? The first Publix ever? Is that it?
No.
Look it up. What's the address? The first Publix ever. Because that shopping plaza looked like right, like
The first store was in Winter Haven.
Oh, Winter Haven. Okay, that's not far from here. We should go to Winter Haven. Isn't that where all the bunch of squatted trucks? Remember there was like a bunch of squatted trucks and there was like a bunch of like redneck kids making out in the parking lot? There are all a bunch of guys hanging out in the parking lot wearing Speedos.
It's still open.
You can go to the oldest Publix ever. Where's it at? Winter Garden?
Winter Haven.
Winter Haven. Look how pretty. Is that a coconut tree? What type of tree is that? I've never seen that. Look at that tree. It's like a coconut tree. Look how beautiful this neighborhood is.
Yeah.
Lakeland, Florida. Oh, this is gorgeous. Look at that tree. It's like a different type of palm tree. Baby, look how pretty this neighborhood is. I had no idea there's neighborhoods this pretty here in Florida. This looks like something out of Georgia with more palm trees. And crackheads.
You used to be able to drive your car through the store.
Okay, this is gorgeous.
Yeah, you used to be able to drive your car through the store, apparently. Because I'm seeing a car inside the store. And then some people had cars.
People in Florida still do
car.
that. People still do that. That's still a thing in Florida. We watch the news, there's people driving.
The guy is like bleeding out of his car to grab some
Okay,
meat.
if Publix ever did that again, they would their sales would increase like 80%. So would their insurance rates, but their sales. Look at how beautiful this neighborhood is. Is that a lake? Wow, that's gorgeous. How come every other time we've ever been here, we've only ended up in the ghetto?
Because the only times we come here, it's like
We always end up like in the.
for
We always end
gas.
up in the ghetto every time we come here. I didn't know they had nice neighborhoods. Look, this is gorgeous. Every other time we've been here, it's been nothing but like ghetto drives. End up like in the shadiest looking neighborhoods, or like crackheads asking for $1, and wow. Maybe this is why it's called Lakeland.
Yeah, that looks nice. It looks nice.
Come up real quick. This is beautiful. I wonder if I can drive around a lake. Lakeland, Florida.
Yeah, I think we've driven around the lake before, but it was gray and overcast.
Let's drive around this lake and explore this area. It's just, I think we've driven around this lake. Let's do it again. Who
Yes,
cares?
but it was gray and overcast.
All right. So I
We've
wonder if
never
there's a
been
spot.
here on a nice day.
Wow, this is gorgeous. We have never been here on a nice day. It's always been like gray skies and.
Yeah, and you're trying to leave and.
Come on, man, get my dad. Oh, look, there's people fishing in the middle of mangroves and stuff, dude. Those aren't mangroves, they're potato fields, but whatever that crap they are. Oh, dude, this is gorgeous. Maybe it's not a dump.
We'll have to drive around this lake and find out.
It looks prettier than the last times we've been here. It actually looks gorgeous. Huh. Maybe I was wrong about Lakeland. Look at that house up on the hill. It feels as pretty as Alabama. Like Alabama in the summertime.
Yeah.
Except for it's like, what are we, January? February? Already February?
Yeah.
But we've been on this street before. Why didn't it didn't feel this pretty?
20.
Look at that house right there, man.
Yeah.
This is gorgeous. I still think we should try to find a hood now. Oh, this is not where I thought. Oh, crap.
Yeah, you're not going to the country club.
This is. I don't want to go in there, country club.
I don't want to go to no country club.
Crap.
Even if I had money, I wouldn't be going to country clubs.
I hope not. Not with that heavy hick accent you got. I don't even won't go no country club.
You'll find me on. If I had money, you'll find me on top of a ATV
Right
in my own lot.
okay. Sorry, dude. I don't know where I'm going, so I gotta figure it out. So I have to find a place where I can cast one time, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Like it's a good town if I catch a fish on my first cast. I'll find a place where I can cast, and we can record me casting from. Lakeland, Florida knows how to party in the city. The commutes to Tampa. People walking dogs and stuff. It looks gorgeous. Not sure why I was so predisposed against the city. I find it pretty this time around. It all depends on the kind of money you got. I mean, like, if you got money, you can live out here. If you don't have money, you can live in the place we went to last
Some
time.
of these people run weird.
Yeah. You know what, Katie? For somebody who doesn't run at all, it sure is bold-faced of you who doesn't run and is overweight to criticize somebody who's jogging. I love how every time you see somebody jogging, you find something wrong with it. Like, they're not jogging right. I'm like, at least they're trying to jog, Katie. How dare you, an morbidly obese person, criticize somebody for jogging? You know what? They should criticize you for not jogging, period. At least they tried jogging, Katie.
Yeah, you don't need the extra leg motions where it looks like you're kicking yourself.
Katie?
Yeah.
You're kicking yourself by not jogging. And I want you to stop this help me out here. Hypocrisy of how could somebody who's overweight criticize somebody healthy for jogging? Yeah, that's just.
I like the houses here. This is the kind of house I want to live in.
Unfortunately,
one day.
people who don't jog will never make enough money to live here. Ow! You notice how like morbidly obese people never live in nice neighborhoods? They always live like in trashy areas. That's because society has decided that if somebody's morbidly obese, they suck.
Well, I'm gonna make you feel like you suck.
Society has decided that people like you don't get high-paying jobs.
Just I give up.
Yeah, exactly. You see how quickly you give up? Society's not going to reward people who give up. Ow!
Oh yeah, I feel better.
Ow! I'm driving here.
Yeah.
Anyways, how dare you criticize somebody for
How
jogging?
dare you tell me I won't live in one of these one
Never.
days?
Absolutely not. Notice how today in the morning I had to argue with you to get you out of bed? That's not the type of behavior. Let me see the map real quick. I gotta figure out where we're going next. That's the type of... You think that's the type of behavior that leads to a life of a high income earning? It's the type of behavior that leads to morbid obesity, but not to higher incomes.
I've been thinking of doing a little mini vlog with what I wear every day. Show my fashion choices off.
Like I said, society doesn't reward certain types of people.
Why not?
Sometimes society fails us and people like you get rewarded somehow, but the system's not perfect. It tries its best.
Yeah, no, it's like it's like watching a train wreck.
Man, this is gorgeous out here.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to get back on the road we were on. I think it's called Florida. That goes like right through town.
Mhm.
So you could help me get back on Florida. That'd be great.
I'll figure it out.
We've decided as a society that we're not going to reward certain types of behaviors, namely not trying and grunting at people in public.
Yeah, you're almost to it. Yeah, when you get to Belmar, you're gonna make a right turn.
Katie!
Or you could take this Hollingswood Road right here.
Katie, that was defiled.
Yeah, that one me, everyone knows it. Yeah, you can turn here. Whatever.
Can you not grind and snore at me? Thanks.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you? Making all those weird noises.
Okay.
Alright guys, so we're going to be looking at the sun for a minute until we get back on Florida. I can turn the camera at an angle so you guys don't get as much of a glare.
I like that building.
We're going to get some type of glare. These buildings are all overlooking the water. Is that the Popo down?
No.
Alright guys, so all these buildings you're looking at are overlooking the lake, which is overgrown with potato plants or whatever crap they are. Alright, get me back on Florida if we keep heading north.
I was trying to. You're heading to it. You're just taking the long way.
Lakeland, Florida knows how to party. In the city of Lakeland, Florida, white people jogging. I know, it's like unbearable. Glary-eyed. Are we taking a... I don't know, I take a right.
No. Go.
I hope these pedestrians are aware that I can see absolutely nothing ahead of me. Can't see crap, bro.
That's what I like.
Those types of properties are not for people who are unemployed, Katie. Ow!
No, what happened to you?
How's your real estate license going? Ow! Hey, did you do laundry before you left the house today?
Yes.
You're supposed to hit me. Ow!
I actually did.
Oh, this is gorgeous out here.
Turn right.
Maybe I just want to keep going because this is just...
Turn right!
But this is so gorgeous.
You've been through here.
But it's gorgeous. I want to see more of these lakes. Lakeland, Florida knows how to party and build new houses with lake views. Alright guys, the sun will be in our face for a moment, but we'll soon be facing north and the sun will be out of our way. Tennessee Titan. Okay. Nice little hill here. Right the hell for being in Florida. Kind of climbing up a hill sideways here. Weird angle to be driving in. Is that Florida road we were on earlier?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Not bad. See, the whole city's not a dump, it's just most of it. Like all cities this size, there's going to be good parts and bad parts. Most of it's bad.
Exactly. This is probably the worst, most transient area in Florida. There's not really a need to be here, but we're here.
Alright, Katie.
Dixieland.
Kind of cool. Why does it look better than any of our other trips?
Because the sun's out.
It's weird. Like all the times we've been out here, I've only seen like really crappy looking areas. Today I kind of like it. Something changed. I will say a lot of people that I know that live out here have very bad reviews of this place. Like they're not really thrilled to be here. The ones that I've met that I live here.
Yeah.
A lot of our subscribers that live here don't really have a high esteem either for some reason.
Yeah, because it's the most transient place in Florida.
Is that the only thing you have to say about this place?
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't want to get to know you because you're probably leaving.
Yeah, it's not like a permanent place you end up in.
Yeah.
It's kind of like
So they've learned that unless they're staying for a while.
Until my credit gets better type of place.
Yeah.
Look at that, is that an old school Quellas?
They don't want to be sad when you leave.
Just like homeless people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for some reason.
Yeah.
Hummers. I've seen 5 Hummers today. Oh, snap. Is that a Buick and Sauber? Sauber? Buick the Sauber. The sideburn. This looks kind of cool. Kind of hilly terrain. And hills and buildings and graffiti and palm trees and cars and people. And more poison ivy relief card buses. You know what? They're inspired when they were painting these city buses. They were inspired in poison ivy relief. Like somebody had just got over I know how they're when they the city council had to get together to decide what color they're gonna paint their buses. Somebody walked in there covered in calamine, and they're like,
"Let's do that!
Let's paint all the buses calamine color." Like, you think that's funny? Everybody hates the guy and votes, yeah.
Oh, and that guy had just moved in, and he was about to move out, so yeah, they had to do it.
What the crap? I don't ever remember his town looking this nice.
Yeah. Polk, look.
Polk County got Polk. They got Polk down there. That Polk down there. I don't think that Polk down there. I don't ever remember the city looking this nice. Did they just fix it or something, or what's different here? Because I remember this town looking
sunshine.
That's all.
Yeah.
A sunny day makes that much of a difference?
Yeah.
Really? Are
You ever
kidding?
get a random cramp for no reason?
Yeah. I get it every month, and then I start getting very emotional. I'm like, oh.
No, that's me.
Your face looks red like a tomato. You okay?
Yeah.
Check this out. Katie, don't burp.
Everyone knows by now it's you.
Lakeland, Florida. Most not a party. I can't believe how nice it looks.
It really did look nice.
I don't get it.
I don't know. I'm trying.
I don't get it. Seems like the perfect place to drive around a squatter truck.
Yes. And every time we come, we've seen a lot of them.
I haven't seen one today.
No. I think they got rid
There's
of that
another
one.
lake over there.
Mm-hmm.
Lakes and mountains, kind of pretty.
Mm-hmm. Jose, Florida is flat. There are hills.
These are mountains for Florida standards, okay? You know, there's no real definition to the word mountain. It's a very loose. There's no actual black and white. This is a hill. That's a mountain. It's a very loose term that can be used liberally. I don't know if you knew that. I've looked it up already because I've argued with so many people about this topic. I actually know the I was just entering an argument without ammunition. You're welcome.
Why do they open a car dealership at a Cracker Barrel?
Is it me or is this camera not fixed right?
I don't know. I haven't even looked at the camera.
My camera hasn't looked at you either. We're in the geographical center.
Ford Thunderbird.
We are in the absolute geographical center of Lakeland.
I used to have a Thunderbird alarm clock. It was Barbie.
I think we should drive home now.
What?
I think we should go home now.
Why?
I don't know. We did some videos. Let's go home. You want to drive home?
Oh, so that's why you want to drive.
Huh? Your turn to drive. We are now in the geographical center of Lakeland.
You've driven for 5 minutes.
33 minutes. I'm already tired. It's tooth pain, so I'm agonizing.
Mm-hmm.
We got our video. Let's go home.
Yeah.
Katie knows how to party and drink Bacardi and party. I wanna party. I wanna party with you.
Yeah, I'm probably more likely to cry.
I'll give you a reason to cry.
Yeah.
I feel really dizzy. I didn't realize that getting this crown thing would be so painful. I thought the pain would only last 2 or 3 days. I looked it up on Google. It said 2 or 3. It can't be up to 2 weeks of pain. Is that a Buick wagon? Oh crap!
Well, tomorrow it'll be a week since you had it done.
Oh, dude, it feels like sinus pressure type of headache.
Well, yeah. What did you get? What was it? Top or bottom?
Top.
That's why. The juice root goes into your sinuses.
I had no idea Buick made wagons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's almost like getting a Subaru without getting a Subaru.
Yeah.
Is the camera straight? I'm like, look at the map. How far away from home if I decided to leave? Home. An hour and a half?
Yeah.
Gosh. No way, dude. The easiest way home is actually back to where we came. Or it's a little bit quicker if we go on the interstate, but there's huge slowdowns. You want to just go back to where we came?
Sure.
So we'll drive all the way to the end of Lakeland. How come it's not even suggesting getting on the interstate?
I don't know.
There's slowdowns all through Tampa. South Tampa sucks.
I showed restraint today.
Look at Orlando. The whole thing's red. Oh, what an
I
honor.
went to the post office, but it was closed. But the post office was next to an old time pottery. I didn't go into old time
Look
pottery.
at Orlando. The whole thing's red.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do we do?
Go back to where we came.
Because it looks like quite literally I mean, I would rather drive through country roads than through Orlando or Tampa right now.
Yeah. We'll go the way we came. It looks like 01's clear.
No, we don't want to do that. What is it, a Top Golf or something? Hey, watch your mouth and butt.
No.
Well, I don't want to smell your farts.
I didn't do anything.
Okay, so the
air
best way.
freaked me out.
So the best way home is actually not to the interstate.
Yeah.
I would rather go through the country roads than go to the interstate. What do you think?
Yeah.
Because Tampa's the whole thing's red.
Mhm.
That just sounds like
What is
what
that?
the crap is that? He's turning into that parking lot. I gotta go check it out. He turned into that business. That road. We went down that road. We gotta chase this guy down.
Mhm.
Absolutely. What the crap is that? Let me see a map real quick. See which way he's going. He went into that street right there. There we go. Come on. He went into this street right here. Oh, there's nobody heading south. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Might be a clear shot. He came into this street right here.
That's what I said.
You see if he turned somewhere, if he just went straight? Maybe pulling in the driveway or something? What the crap was that? See if he turned in somebody's yard or something. Yo, Tahoe on 26s. I think we lost him.
Yeah.
I don't think you see him anymore.
No.
We lost him.
Yeah.
That was weird. There's a park here. Well, that's kind of rude. Jamaican jerk kitchen. La esquina restaurante.
Mexican restaurant.
So really, the quickest way out of here is back the way we came. That sucks.
Yeah.
Because the interstates, there's so much traffic on the interstate that, in theory, you could go on the interstate, but there's just a huge traffic jam in Tampa that the whole Tampa thing's gridlocked right now. So you're better off driving inland. We'll be alright. Tampa, Florida. knows how to party in the city of Lakeland, Florida. Wasn't there like not a single car a minute ago? Now there's like hundreds of cars.
Yeah.
We had an opportunity to escape. Well, why would anybody be heading south? I think people will be coming into town, right? We're going to be going against the grain on the way home, right?
Yeah.
If we go inland, we should be going against the grain.
Mm-hmm. You gotta remember, that's going east and...
To Orlando.
Yeah, we're going west.
Alright, the GPS home.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see which route's best.
This way.
Let's see. So we'll drive clear through Lakeland. Just this road, I guess, takes us all the way to Duet. That's cool. It's all country roads and stuff. I'm ready for that.
Mm-hmm.
Back to Mulberry. Brewster. Is there a YouTuber called Brewster?
Mm.
I wonder if it's that town, Brewster.
Brewski.
Brewski.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm at 10%.
Battery life?
Yep.
I'm sorry, Katie. I really never meant to tear you down, but tonight I'm being a jerk. Dale. Dale, dale, don, dale. Dale, don, dale. Dale, don, dale. We're in this crap. Tell me an interesting story about your childhood as a rich white child.
I have this big Barbie playhouse that was also a toy chest.
Look at that building. Silver Clout Estate and Jewelry.
Yeah.
I need a photo. What's the photo of that?
Did I do good enough with my childhood story?
That's not a childhood story. You just said you had a playhouse. Okay, that's not a story though. There's more to a story than saying you had a playhouse, Katie.
I also had a playroom in a lot of the houses that I had.
You know how frustrating your life has to be to get out of work at 5 o'clock and instantly go to playing Plies Loudly?
Yeah. One of the houses we lived had a bar in the basement. I used to play at the bar with my friends.
One of the houses that I lived in had like a mold in the basement, and like we would play in the mold.
You played in mold?
Yeah, I thought it was. In my mind, it was like trees and stuff.
It had a bar. I had a little play area, and
there was like one room we couldn't go into for some reason. Because the person that rented the house to us was like, you can't go in there. And there was like one room with like a bunch of like really old appliances and stuff. And it was locked and like mowed and... I'm sorry, Katie, but tonight I'm driving through Lakeland.
I had,
That building was really old.
no, all my toys were my toys. Every toy that was in my room was mine, and only mine. I did not have to share. But that's because my sister couldn't play with anyone. I never had to share my toys.
I never had toys to share if I had any. I had a cast iron horse that was missing a leg.
But that was because my sister was mentally disabled and was developmentally a baby, and babies eat little things, so all my toys were mine. The only thing I had to share was the swing set. But I didn't care.
Are you done bragging?
Yeah, my parents, there was a aluminum swing set at the house. My parents thought that it was very rickety, and my parents were like, no, my kids are not playing on that. So they got me a nice big one, a nice one. I never had one where it had like treehouse, but it was pretty nice. It had the like spinny thing. It had the thing where you went back and forth.
Your voice
It had
aggravates me. It
swings.
makes me want to choke you while you're talking.
We had a nice slide. It was really nice.
It just intensifies.
I think there's pictures of it somewhere
Yeah.
at our house.
Most fun I ever had was going to hotels.
Yeah.
One time we stayed at the Bed Bug Inn in Chattanooga. Another time we stayed at a Bed Bug Inn in Knoxville, Memphis, Miami. If they had bed bugs, we were in it. I think I got my desire to travel from my mom. We went traveling all the time. We would Cubans, more Cubans. How many Cubans does a town need?
But when we would travel, it'd be once a year, and we'd
Cuban
go to
house.
this hotel on the river that had a pool. And then you could order drinks at the pool.
Not a single squatted truck.
So we'd order milkshakes or floats at the pool. It was the most awesome thing ever.
My parents told me if I ordered anything anywhere, when I get hit. Sometimes I get hit just for thinking about ordering. But like we get hit just because they had so. Like, well, this hotel's got stuff you can order. Let's go ahead and hit them. Make sure they know that they're going to get hit even more. We'd get hit just to know what it felt like to get hit. In case we needed to get hit, we knew what it felt like. I'm like, I already know what it feels like to get hit. You don't have to hit me.
Grandma and Grandpa were usually paying for it. So my dad was like, oh, fine. And then, you know, if it was my parents, they would still say, yes, child, you can have some. Just one. But yeah.
My grandma would hit me too.
My grandparents spoiled me. Dismukla.
Get out of here. that man down there.
But no, my grandparents loved me and would spoil me. My grandpa used to take me to the video store and let me pick out whatever video I'd want. From Blockbuster. I liked going to Blockbuster.
I hated it. I can never get anything. They're like, your budget's $1. I'm like, everything's $2. Well, then you won't be getting it.
Yeah, I don't think your parents were meant to have children.
I had a bunch of them. I think by the time they got to me, they'd have figured out how to make one right. That's a problem with parents. When they go by quantity of children, they absolutely skip out on the quality. Not quite squatted.
They were like, they thought they were done when you came along.
Yeah.
So they're like half doing it, and then the rest of them were like, how'd I end up with this? Yeah. How'd I end up as a babysitter? Yeah.
That family sucks.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish they all had life insurance and Category 5 hurricane had a 40-foot storm surge and made it all the way to where they live.
My dad wanted to take you to Disney World. My dad's like, I talked to my dad once and told him you hadn't been to Disney World. He's like, I have to take him to Disney World. I don't know if he wants to go, Dad, but yeah. Yeah, my dad wanted to take you to Disney World.
Your dad was more of a dad to me than my family ever was.
I'm like, my dad was like, he needs
If I had known white parents were this great, I would have like ran away or like said they were beating me or something. I would have done something to get the crap out of this family. I had no idea how great it was to be in a white family. If I had known this and like, if I had met you like in 4th grade or something, I would have like hit myself upside the head with a hot iron and said my parents did it. And ended up in a nice, safe white family. me just tell you, if you're a Hispanic kid and you're considering calling the cops on your Hispanic parents, go ahead and do it. Don't look back on that one. If your parents suck, get yourself a nice, good white family. And then do yourself a world of improvement there.
Yeah. Yeah, he wanted to take you to Disney World just so he could be like he took all his kids to Disney World.
See, like, white people have goals for their kids. Like, they're all going to go to Disney World. Hispanic people have, like, goals of, like, all my kids are going to get hit upside the head today. And you're just like, why? Like, we'll find a reason.
Yeah. The reason it didn't end up happening is my dad was sick. And, you know, he wasn't able to do it. But if he could have, he would have.
I should have had a white family adopt me way longer.
Yeah.
Dang Cubans. I should have ended up in a white family a long time ago.
Yeah.
Have my credit score improved and go to Disney World instead of going to Chattanooga. See, that's the thing. Like, you don't realize your parents suck until you're old enough to realize it. Like, if you're young, you think your parents are great. Like, I love your parents, and then you get like old enough, you're like, wow, they actually threw me inside a washing machine inside of a trunk of a car because there's 14 people in that vehicle. You know, like, that's not something I would do to my kids if I love them. You know?
Even if I did it, I don't think I would do that.
Yeah.
I know I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, you're like, you don't realize how bad your parents suck until you're old enough to realize it.
Yeah. So, like, what would you do for your kids now that you've...
Not bring them anywhere near my family, for one.
Exactly.
I moved to California or Oregon. I'd end up like on the other coast on purpose.
Yeah. What else would you do differently than your own family?
What would I do to be a better parent? Wear a condom. Look at the size of that truck. What the crap? Did you catch the size of that truck going the other way? Who in this town can afford to just blow $100,000 like that? Somebody's got to own these rental units. What's up with the calamine colored buses?
I don't know. I find it very weird and off-putting.
Huh? What would I do to my kids to be a better parent?
Do with your children.
Oh, not do to them. See, that's the thing. Even the vocabulary white people use, like, what would you do to your kids? That's Hispanics. White people, what would you do for your children? Hispanics, what would I do to my children? Okay? Even the way we talk about kids is different. White people are like, what would you do with your children?
I'm guessing, like, a car seat, like, putting them in the car seat properly.
Wait, when you were a kid, they put you in a car seat?
Yeah.
They had car seats back then?
They've had them since, like, the 60s.
Oh my gosh, I was never in a car seat at all. I was in a car trunk quite often.
I think I had a car seat until I was like 6 or 7.
You remember the King of the Hill episode where like the family, Department of Family guys came? What was the guy's name? The Department of Children and Families?
I had to wear a seatbelt if I was in the car. And then I wasn't allowed to ride in the front until I was like 13 years old.
Yeah, I was trying to have a conversation with you.
Yeah.
Remember the Family Guy?
Yeah.
There was that one guy that was like Department of Children and Families. And it's like, okay, Bobby, where did he hit you with the ball?
Not Family Guy, King of the Hill.
King of the Hill, yeah, King of the Hill. Loud is not allowed.
Yeah.
Man, that's hilarious. Just the way we talk about it, like, what would you do to your children? No, like white people like, what would you do for your children? Hispanic people like, what I do to them? I hit them in the head, in the leg.
Yeah.
You ever have your parents tell you like, if you call the cops, they're not gonna come and they're gonna beat you even harder?
No.
Wow. You never had that conversation with your parents?
No.
Anybody watching this video ever have a conversation with their parents about if they called the cops, they would just get beat even harder, so like not to call the cops? You never got that conversation from your parents?
No.
Never told you like, hey, by the way, if you call the cops on us, we're gonna like beat you even harder and they're not gonna do anything?
I wasn't beat up by my parents.
I wasn't beat too much. I don't think my parents were cruel. They were just not professional. Even though they had 3 or 4 other kids to practice on before they got to me. I think by the time they should have got to me, they had enough experience where it should have been.
Yeah.
You know, like you would think, right? Like people on their 4th or 5th or 6th kid by then, they would have like experience. That's not how it works.
No.
They like give up by like the 2nd or 3rd one. Like, one of these kids isn't gonna make it. It's probably gonna be that one right there. He's kind of slow. You would think, right? The more kids you have, the better you get at it. No, it's not how it works. The more kids you have, the less effort each one of those kids gets.
Yeah.
By the time you're like by your 4th or 6th or 6'1", like the other kids better figure out how to raise that kid for you.
Yeah.
Why is that person running through traffic?
No idea.
What an uneventful town. There's not that many homeless people begging.
Yeah.
There's nobody throwing feces at vehicles from the side of the road. What the crap, bro? Doesn't even feel like we're in Florida.
Yeah.
I had expectations for this town. Not a single... Oh, there we go. An aggressive driver. Finally, something happens. So your parents never had the what happens if you call the police on this conversation with you?
Did your parents take you to 7-Eleven for Slurpees?
I hate you.
What? My parents did. I got to go to 7-Eleven for Slurpees sometimes. You didn't get a Slurpee?
I went to the 7-Eleven to transfer funds to get somebody trafficked over here. That's what the crap I went to 7-Eleven for. You ever go like to give somebody ransom money to free one of your family members?
No.
You've never had one of your family members kidnapped in Mexico and have to send money to get them unkidnapped?
No.
You're
Never.
telling me you were never in the backseat of a car while your parents were handing money to complete strangers in Little Havana?
No.
Wow. Freaking
What was
fascinating.
wrong with your child?
You've never had any of your family members kidnapped in Mexico?
No.
And you had to go meet somebody at a gas station in Miami
No.
to give them $5,000 in a gas station?
No.
I've told my family members, if anybody else gets kidnapped, don't call me. I'm not available. In fact, when my family members call me, I purposely don't answer the phone just in case that's what they're calling about. I'm not falling for that. Y'all can take care of each other.
Yeah.
Hey, your Uncle Juan's in Guatemala. I'm like, good. Good. Hey, you know, he might get kidnapped. Good. Good. Hey, listen. I'm gonna go buy electric scooter with all the money I got left. Bye.
Oh, I'm broke. Yeah, I'm broke. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not on the like send people
Nope.
money thing.
Dumb. They can burn for all I care.
No, I'm not gonna send someone money that doesn't appreciate it
I'm done with these people. Dang
and they
Cubans.
didn't earn it. Yeah.
Dang Cubans. Not even the Walmart's got squatted trucks. I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's right there.
It's sad.
How the crap does a town called Lakeland not have squatted trucks?
Mm-hmm.
We should probably get some gas.
You wanna have gas?